Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another Ben 10 Omniverse reaction for you guys. This is Season 3, Episode 7. Of course, we don't know the title until I get into the episode. Last week's episode, I was not expecting it to go the direction it did. But it did, because that's what Ben 10 does. It goes in directions you're not expecting. I forget his name, but the guy who owns the grocery store that we've seen a little bit in this show is Ben's next door neighbor, and apparently he's destroyed his car so many times, and every time he does, he has to do some sort of favors. In this case, this last time, what we saw in last week's episode was delivering packages. How that got to a dwarf star and siphons there and all these villains including Zombozo, love seeing Zombozo, who knows. But there's a new, I almost said villain, alien Ben turned into. I think you guys were commenting saying Topic or something, it was a weird name. And I guess it was referenced all the way back in the original Ben 10 show, I think at the Ken 10 episode, where Ben has it, which I uploaded a short recently, actually, of my reaction to realizing Ken 10, like that's Ben's son. It was a whole thing. I really loved that episode. But apparently, and it's crazy timing, I was just thinking like, oh yeah, I want to upload that as a short. That is where it was referenced in terms of this alien, and now he's here, and apparently his face is so scary because Siphon completely turned, like, just white, like just scared to death, I guess you could say. So yeah, there was no mention of the name or whatever. It was just like, okay, he's this character now, and you guys are like, oh, you've now got introduced to this character. He's been referenced forever ago. And they're now doing full circle. It's like, oh shit, okay. So yeah, crazy trip. Wasn't expecting that episode at all, but can't even talk today, sorry. I usually can't talk in general anyway, so what am I doing? Anyways, I can't wait to dive into the episode, guys, to see what happens here, because you never know what to expect from Ben 10, especially with Omniverse. You just never know what you're going to dive into each episode. So without further ado, let's get into it now. Let's go.
Hurry! We need to put distance between us and the ship's compromised power core.
Wow. Dude.
No plumbers are safe in incursion space. Repeat, no plumbers are safe.
Ben 10.
Repeat, no plumbers are safe.
They're gonna send somebody. Probably Ben.
Magister Arnux and his recon team.
Besides the fact that it is
Rad.
located deep within Incursion Empire space, Graggleflint venom has unusually curative powers, but only when fresh.
Great. A Graggleflint is not weird, just atypical.
Ben and I are ready to make the journey, but if
I
no
bet.
plumber ship can get
This is
through
not
the
gonna go
Incursion
well.
blockade,
I've arranged some alternate transportation.
Our ride's in a black hole?
A
Great.
black hole? What?
So what are we doing in Undertown?
Oh, it's a bar. Oh, really? That pig creature guy?
Magister
Oh.
Tennyson said our pilot is the best in the business.
They're all scared.
Rad, dude, man.
But come on, a duck?
He's a duck.
Am I
They're
the
all
only one
they're not
seeing
laughing.
this?
This rockhead is Ben Tennyson, wielder of the Omnitrix.
Thought you'd be taller.
And an Axion halo grid wired to the gyro axle? Our friend here is either a genius or totally insane.
Moo! Pretty interesting ship.
Trouble is my middle name.
Uh-oh.
A stowaway, perhaps?
Who is it? Nice. Wait a minute. Isn't that... It's that guy.
What are you doing on the lovely duck?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Somebody needed to be sure the poor little guy was treated right. I'm here to, look after his interests.
Of course he is.
The Graggleflint.
It's just a good thing we got here before Pax could let it out of its cage.
So he let it out of its cage.
On behalf of the Graggleflint,
We have lost power. We are coming to
Oh.
a stop.
You understand Rad Dudesman's onboard whatchamahoozy?
Good luck fixing that.
Commander Rat, a small
Oh no.
If Princess Atea doesn't get a full report on what it was, there's gonna be yelling. More than usual.
venom.
We need it alive. Oh! I forgot he could do that.
And it did not attack you.
Hey, yeah. What makes you so special?
There must be
I know
something.
my rights, okay?
Red! Where'd they go?
I like the Steve. That was. Oh my god!
Really?
What in the hell? Okay. Well, that was a cool visual.
Buddy. My eye!
Eyes. Oh. Yeah, don't. Yeah. I can't believe we saw Eye Guy. That was so cool. Ooh, nice.
Crackle, 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 Flint. No,
He caught him.
I've got an idea.
I'm not moving. The Paxter really doesn't go in for the violence.
Of course you don't.
Whoa!
That's a crazy visual.
This is what you're after.
Ah. That's all it wanted. Okay.
Dude, that wasn't the plan. But if I'd known you were edible, I would have made you the plan.
Yeah, exactly. Now you know. Oh.
Attention, alien vessel. This is Commander Wrath of the Unstoppable
Hello.
Incursion Armada. You are
Oh my god.
suspiciously disabled.
The incursions are about to board us, and the Grapple
Figure it
Fleet
out.
has disabled our weapons.
He's got guns a-blazing, yep.
If Grey Matter's brilliant little brain can't get us out of this, nothing can.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I am totally bummed out.
This is all your
Failure.
fault.
I helped put a living, beautiful grackle. I shall fix the lovely duck. Rook,
Oh.
oh. up the exhaust vents and cut us loose.
I will make them cry for their mamas.
Pixie? Hey, frogs and boots.
Hey, man. Hey.
Major Glory.
You're just.
Are they just gonna leave him there? All those weapons. Yep, he's up there, I bet. Or something. Oh. Oh my god.
The leaf. Open it.
Don't open it.
Can do, can do.
Exactly. Exactly. They're running away. Those are crazy weapons. Run for your lives!
Long time.
What time? Do you need help?
I might have known.
And there you guys have it. And I'm probably going to forget this name as we're continuing on with this review, so I'm going to say it up front. The Graggleflint, that creature, because I'm going to forget that name because it's like such a strange name. I actually had to go back when I finished the episode to like make sure I heard that correctly because I kept hearing about it. Okay, going, I don't want to freak this up. Wow, I can't even talk. What's wrong with me? Graggleflint. So cool design, interesting creature, but at the same time, it was just kind of strange that they needed a live Graggleflint to help save these plumbers who are on this, pretty much like a very dangerous planet and everything, and they could die soon. And of course, all hell breaks loose because they have that one guy, forget his name, but come on, man, it's a Graggleflint, don't lock it up. Well, the whole point is the whole point of a Graggleflint is to kill anything that's not a Graggleflint. Doesn't give you the right to lock it up, man. And then at one point he eats him. The Graggleflint eats him. And just the visual of him chewing on him, like, oh my god. Then again, he can grow back, so it's completely fine. But of course he had to be in this episode. There's two big takeaways from this episode, and it's a strange episode. It's a one-off kind of episode, but still fun. The two big takeaways are this. Number one, a very odd choice. Then again, it's been an Omniverse, so it's on the goofier side, to have the captain who's flying the ship be just some duck. Captain Rat with a bunch of middle names, including Prophet, Danger, Trouble, all that, whatever. But okay. I mean, to me, it was just like, just kind of goofy, but then it just makes me reminds, I can't even talk, see, I can't even talk, it makes me reminds what, words, sentences. It just makes me realize again, Omniverse is just going to be throwing this at me continuously until the end of the show, where it may be goofy, it's a little strange, and I'm questioning it a little bit, but then again, it's taking back to that original essence of Ben 10 Classic, because really, if Ben 10 during the classic era was more of a veteran and not just got the Omnitrix, the very first episode of the show, and he has been Ben 10 for a number of years, like they started the continuity, this brand new world with this new character Ben Tennyson, already having the Omnitrix. Let's say like Alien Force, like it was Alien Force, but it's the first show. When they were keeping the vibe of Ben 10 Classic, they would be doing these kinds of things. But Ben 10 Classic was in a very different kind of setting in terms of having just Ben, Gwen, and Grandpa Max out on the road trip or whatever in the Rust Bucket during the summer. So they had some goofy kind of one-off episodes and some random things happening that just kind of were just strange. But that was the tone. In Omniverse, they've expanded so much in terms of plumbers and how much knowledge of the universe, and Ben's had the Omnitrix, an Ultimatrix, back to an Omnitrix for quite some time. So now they could do crazier stories where we're traveling through space and we have a duck that's flying them. So with all that being said, kind of odd still, but then again, that's Ben 10 for you. The second thing I finally wanted to get to this point, iGuy has returned after so long of being away. And it's insane to think that this character, this alien, was introduced in such a random way towards the end of the original run of Ben 10. I think it was the final episode or something. He was finally introduced. We had no idea who this alien was. And then he appeared in a kind of alternate opening to Secret of the Omnitrix. I believe that was where it was, because I remember watching it, and I don't remember what alien it was. I don't know if it was iGuy or something else when I watched it, but then there were alternate versions that I guess had different openings with different aliens for different areas that the film was showed in. I'm not really sure what the context was, but I remember watching those alternate openings going like, this is interesting. Like it's mostly the same, but you can tell there's a couple of shots, because of course they're using a different alien in the intro. And iGuy was a part of that whole entire thing. And then iGuy's been gone. No mention. Maybe there was a mention. I don't think so. But we've not seen iGuy for a long time. And I can't believe they brought him back. But he even mentioned, I've not seen him in a long time. I'm like, Ben, that's Ben for you. I really enjoyed that. I think that was, to me, the highlight of the episode is iGuy's return. Like, there were some cool aliens Ben was turning into. I like the fact that in Omniverse specifically, he is having more variety of aliens he's choosing in episodes, because back during the Ultimate Alien and Alien Force era, he was stuck to a lot of the same aliens, and there was a couple of the ones that were not really one-offs but barely appeared. I like the fact that, yes, there are ones he consistently uses more in Omniverse, but we're getting some different ones at times, because we haven't seen Amphibian in quite a bit, and all of a sudden we've seen Amphibian like the last episode and this episode back to back. That's pretty cool. Blocks, the Lego one, we've not seen in quite a bit. We've seen here and there, but now he's back again in this episode. iGuy. It's just really cool to see that. And Diamond Head. It's been a while. I think we've seen Diamond Head before in Omniverse, I think, up to this point. But anyways, to say all that, I like the variation. Some interesting action. The duck, Captain Rad, had so many crazy weapons and shit, especially when he's chasing the frogs out of the damn ship. Those double guns, like, my god. Insane weapons, but hey, what do you expect? It's gonna be some crazy shit, because that duck is crazy. How does Max even know Captain Rad? Don't know. I will say, too, the scene where he's first introduced Captain Rad in that bar, the Black Hole, which that's a good name for a bar, I think, especially in Undertown. Everybody in that room was afraid of him. Everybody. Why exactly? I wonder if it's the weapons, the reputation, probably the reputation, but the weapons he has, and who knows how dangerous he really is. It's all for profit, though, but still, he'll do anything and everything, basically, it seems. But I wonder if he's a one-off character or if we're going to see him again. My guess, based on what they did with this episode, I don't think we'll see him again. There has been some characters that have returned or have made more than one appearance, but I feel like in this instance, I don't know why we need to have Rad again, but I could see a story purpose to have this character return. And maybe they will. Cool. It isn't going to be like, oh my god, Rad! It'd be like, oh, alright, Rad. It's like, take it or leave it at this point. So yeah, a one-off episode in a sense, but it was fun. You know, that's all I can really ask for at the end of the day. Even if it's an episode that I didn't love, and I'm not saying I didn't hate this episode, I just didn't love it. It's still fun. Like, at least I had fun with it, because I don't want to go into an episode of Ben 10 Omniverse or any of the previous Ben 10 shows and episodes. I don't want to go in, even if it's a one-off kind of episode like this, where it's important in terms of like the overall narrative, in terms of what they're trying to tell story-wise. It may not be as good as some of the other storylines and stuff they've done in the past, but there's a reason why they told this episode. There's a reason why we're seeing these characters, and it's fun and, you know, being goofy and silly. But as long as I had fun, that's what really matters. Because if I walk out going, because I've had that with shows before, not necessarily with Ben 10. I'm trying to think. I think I've had some episodes where I'm like, oh God, this was not a good episode. But at least I can still find, hopefully, something that I enjoyed, even if I've not liked it. There's been some episodes in the past, I think it was during Ultimate Alien, maybe Alien Force, where I'm like Mauve Riedel, like the Riedel brothers' his mother. Oh my God, that was bad. But I think there were certain things that I liked about it, but not like the overall thing, but like certain moments or something. So yeah. So still had fun. That's what really matters at the end of the day. So what you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.